Welcome back to the third quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, along with my sidekick, Andrew.
Good morning.
And we want to get right into a couple of our good sponsors.
Oh, let's go to JB.
And they're all good sponsors.
JB Sandal's back with us. You know, everybody said they wouldn't last. Only made it 135 plus years. You know, they're still rolling. Matter of fact, I guess, cool, it would actually be 137, 138. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, it's a bunch. There they are. If you want to go by right now, you know, it's springtime. And this is the time that I go in and out there constantly. I'm always picking up things from hoes and shovels and brooms, sloggers. You know, you're not talking about what's a slogger. They've got a big selection of sloggers. That's instead of the full rubber boot. You know, the little rubberized shoe you just slip your feet in, nice and easy, but it's covered enough. It don't have the holes in it. They got the other brand. They got the holes. They got sloggers.
Now, who you think came up with that name?
I don't know where that name comes from. You just slog them on and slog around. And they got the ones with flowers for your wife, and you just want the black ones or the brown ones. You can go with it. That way, you know, when you go get your newspaper in the morning, you don't have to get wet. Or if you walk the dog, like me and my dog, we have to walk in the morning. It gives me my exercise. So anyway, go by JB Sandals. All those great things. Don't forget about houseware and gifts as well for marriages.
Well, what about the picture of my pictures that I went to JB Sandals?
You did go to JB Sandals. Here I'm talking my head off about it, and I have a picture to show. How about comme ça? This is inside JB Sandals.
That's correct.
And right there you can see the old buggy that's there. No one bought the buggy yet. I guess, you know.
It's display item.
It must be. It
display
must be.
item.
But they've got all that in the barbecue pits. You can see houseware. You can see hardware. All going on. I see, look at the barbecue pits and the rockers, old-fashioned wooden rockers, mason jars. There's all the different gas grills they've got there as well. But you and I like that old smoky barbecue pit. And they got.
I wanted to look at an old smoky and choose a size for my personal use.
And they got big ones.
This young lady is giving me some demonstrations and about the
what size?
Barbecue size, how many chickens I can put on.
And when I was a young man just coming up in college, what you could do is you could choke your fire. So I could light a fire, I could make a little bit of a barbecue, and you choke that fire, you could keep the coals, hit it again,
and still good
and
for
still
another
go.
turn.
You know, when you're a tight college kid trying to make ends
yeah.
meet, that's nice. And maybe just you and the wife at home just want to grill a little bit and use that again another time.
I've given that as a gift, and I brought it. Remember, I said it was for my personal use.
Right.
This is on my back patio
in
Natchez, Mississippi, on B Street. And that's just two pieces of, I wanted to show that I had barbecue, but we had eaten the rest of that pit.
Where's the ribeyes? Yeah, the ribeyes must already be gone, huh?
And then...
you want to show another hardware store?
Well, and then I want to show, then look at the pretty flowers that planted in pots. I'm convinced that that's the way to go. If you can do some planting of flowers in pots, you can move them around. It's easier
for you to weed them when you weed them?
When you weed them and everything,
and you fertilize them? I need to watch when you do all that. We got to get some video of that.
Anyhow, they work Old Smoky.
All right.
JB Sandals. Then
how about our friend? They're friendly. I'll just call them competitors. All the way in Palmetto, we got Budden's Hardware Store. I
stopped there to get a bottle of water. I was on the way to Natchez.
And I mean, look the pots, look the tools, look the epoxy to seal things. I see cast iron. I see aluminum. I mean, belts hanging off the ceiling to put a belt to fix on.
And then this is their
tools. There you got wrenches and ice chests.
And then the next one, steel products.
You got bolts and knives.
No, Husqvarna. I'm sorry,
yeah,
Husqvarna.
We got right there. You got Husqvarna. You got the weed eaters. You got the blowers. You got the straight shaft, the curved shaft.
And you got the saws.
And then there's the shoes. When I was a little boy, Mom would bring me in there and get on that wood floor, and I'd be trying on tennis shoes while Mama was buying the groceries. I mean, you talk about old time grocery store growing up as a kid, and there's the owner. That would be the second generation, Guyton Budden. That, of course, his daddy was Alan Budden. Everybody called him Chook.
Right.
And he'd always tell me, you know, we'd go in there and they had buggies in the front door and even had coffins. It all, I mean, it was out in the country. And he'd always say, I'll take them from the womb to the tomb.
And I'll tell you what, he has kept the tradition of having about anything and everything you might need in the Palmetto area. Believe me, they drive from all over because they know it's there. And this is a young lady that
working there inside the store?
Works the cash register while he takes care of the needs of the customers.
And very good. And we got some, there you are leaving town, and I see you're near, right between LeBeau and Palmetto, right near where the sign is for Palmetto. You see, man, I know that area like the back of my hand, and there's the sun going down on that end of the world, and you're at North Central High School. I recognize the football field there.
That's on the way back, but we've got some more pictures in between here.
We're going to get there.
No, that's after.
All right.
Let's go back a little ways.
Where are we going to go next? Let's go to your breakfast. When you went to see our friends at Brick and Spoon in Lafayette?
Brick and Spoon in Lafayette, that's correct. And that Blaine Gilry and his two partners, they're really doing well. Look how neat those spoons are held in the handle of the cup. Never saw that before.
There's a slot in the handle to hold the spoon. That is slick.
This is a franchise. They're now open they've opened a franchise store in Gulf Breeze.
He didn't buy a franchise. He's the man starting the franchise.
Right. So he's got one going to be opening up in the Magazine Street area in New Orleans. One in Houston has opened. And several more in the cooking stage.
But he didn't steal that entrepreneur spirit. He got that direct from Tonas Bill Gilry,
his dad.
Absolutely, what a character.
That's right. So I'm real happy that seemed to really be busy. And
here we are.
They're happy.
We're out in Chrétien Point here at Sims Battery. I guess it's pronounced Sims, where some of the Confederate battles were going on along Little Carrion Crow Bayou. And I guess Bayou Barbeau is right there and all, too. It's all connected in that area.
Okay, let's.
What else we got there? There's the actual home, the Chrétien Point home.
Now look how beautiful.
Oh, it's
gorgeous. Still beautiful. Well, look at the oak trees just all over the front of that place. It's gorgeous.
And the cast iron plants around them. Somebody asked me the other day, what's a cast iron plant? That's what you call that.
And then this is another home within probably a mile of Chrétien Point. That home is just beautiful. I just had to stop and I backed up actually and took a picture.
Steps on the right to go up to the Gassonnière, the Spanish moss in the trees. Man,
just look at the trees, live oaks planted. I mean, really, really nice. And
this is the Century 21,
this is Century 21
annual awards meeting?
Yes, made up of a group from Lafayette, Opelousas, and Lake Charles. And this is a group of us, not all of us.
I see you, and I recognize Mr. Harvey Darbone
yes,
and Ms. Vicky.
And his wife, Josephine.
Right down the right.
Simeon. Okay.
Oh, I always forget that. That's right. She is Little Joe and...
twin sister.
Little Joe's twin?
Twin, that's right.
Really?
Little Joe's twin, yep,
well,
yep. And of course she's married to Harvey Darbone.
Much prettier than Little Joe, though.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Good morning, Joe.
And then we have some pictures just
Miss Carolyn Facori,
yeah,
I see.
And
Miss
others. Real, yeah.
Got them all out there.
Yep.
And here we go. This is just some of the group from Lafayette,
Lafayette,
I guess.
yes.
Well, you see that? We got, and look, boy, they're giving you the peace sign. They're having fun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it really, this was at what used to be Nick's. Now it's called Ruby's.
That's on 2nd Street,
On 2nd Street. Really a nice facility. I mean, if you're in that area and you wanting to throw a party, it is the place, and the food is really, the steaks were just delicious. And this is our Opelousas group, and they're all holding up awards, which they received, and I'm very proud to say I'm part owner with Raymond kneeling
right
down with the necktie and the white shirt. And then his wife is in the blue, Lisa. And then there's a little young lady in the middle. I said, where are you from? She said, Miami. I said, what brought you here? I said, can I have one guess? I said, a husband or a boyfriend?
Gotta be.
She said, husband.
There you go.
I told her I didn't know how to, I've never turned the computer on yet. I never failed to say the yet. She said, Mr. Bobby, please come over and let me work with you.
There you go.
She said, I'll have you on.
She'd have your attention
no time
better
at
than
all.
me, probably. I would
yeah, well, you'd be too, you're always getting phone calls or text messages and all of that.
I got to keep all those plates in the air. That's the Bobby Dupree companies and projects.
And now it's David Link.
And David Link as well.
That's your boss.
All of them.
And this is Wes
Walker.
Walker, and of course his daddy and stepmom were in the. Sandra is one of our sales agents. And Peggy and Wes here, and I just had my oil
That's
changed.
at the Castrol on Cresswell Street.
Yep, across from the
school board.
School board.
And they got a car wash next door that's all his as well. If you go by and get your oil change, he'll call. He's got the computerized reminder with his voice.
They've already thanked me. They've called to thank me that I went in.
To thank you that you went. Wes does a tremendous job. Go by, give him some good business.
Quick, clean.
He got a brand new baby at home. I mean, it's going to be some bills. You know,
okay, show some more. There he is.
There's his son.
He's now Castrol.
Correct.
It's a franchise he
and there's all those nice young men that run so fast and clean your car and put your little trash bag. Okay, that's J.B. Sandoz where we were
now
earlier.
We need to go
so we got to jump ahead to.
We need to go to Natchez.
I'm going ahead there. I'm at Natchez here. No, I'm here with. Well, let's do this one first.
That was Tuesday.
Right.
That was at Roma Cellars. We just called it Roma's Cafe in River Ranch. My brother on the right, Cody, and his wife Wilda, and Vicky and Bobby.
There you go.
And had a good. It's an Italian restaurant with. I mean, a full in River Ranch in Lafayette. Delicious food, good service.
And this is the azaleas all in bloom right now. I
made a special trip to go and take those pictures.
I'd almost said it was Pat Morrow's house, but we both know that's Alice Morrow's beautiful taste in front of Pat Morrow's house. Good morning, Alice and Miss Alice and Pat.
And Pat.
And then here you are, Natchez. You're at the church.
I'm at the church Sunday morning.
Holy Family Church.
Yep. And Father Fallon. Well, let's stop. No, go ahead. Let's show all of them. Then I'll talk about
candy bars. It's a little fundraiser to help some of the kids.
That's correct.
And then that's
these are the French friends that I took a picture of. There's another picture I think where they all looking a little bit there. One more. Try one more. There you go. That's about
the best you're going to get.
3 couples from France, real nice. Ça parle français, je comprends bien bon. They're here for a couple of weeks in the States and really enjoying the temperatures and the weather we have in spring weather. They were happy.
And then we've got...
that's the 3 couples. And then 2 of the sisters that work there.
Nuns.
And they're nuns. They're retired, but they're working at this little primary school.
Which is the Holy Family
Early Learning Center.
There you go.
And they assist there. And that is Faye. Faye is one of the teachers there and has been there over 20 years now.
Very good.
Real nice little lady, lives right across the street, so she's almost always available for whatever they need. This is at the donut shop. A young couple came up, visited with them. Didn't get their names, but they're living on the bluffs in St. Francisville, and they're setting up a camp right near Vidalia and Natchez.
Well, good morning, folks. And one last thing, the sun going down, heading back home from Natchez.
Right.
And let me kick into one more sponsor here. Has to go to Dixie Storage. All your storage needs. You know, I went to visit Joey the other day and had a blast. He's just such a character. But he's aggressive. He's a shrewd businessman. And if you're going to, do business with other guys, you want to do business with a guy, understands business, wants to help you protect yours. We've got very good buildings with storage throughout St. Andrew Parish. Port Barre, Opelousas, and Washington. Well protected, good, well-built buildings on good tick concrete and good fencing around, so all your stuff is secure, well lit, so you can get in and out safely. Go by. They've also got, they do climate control units, big units to put your RVs in and plug them in if you need to plug them in for electricity, or if you're just trying to put a handful of things in storage, they can do that as well. They've got Dixie One Trucking is their sister company who can truck stuff between warehouses for you. They can finish delivering loads for you as well. They've got a railroad spur with railroad spur access there, and their sister company is A+ Glass with locations in Opelousas and Lafayette. They've got all your business and personal glass needs, including inspections for cars all the way up to 18-wheelers.
I want to thank Mr. Robert Nellums, who has this big supper twice a year. And of course, Congressman Charles Bustani is always there, and kind of in his honor, this was the one with the fried fish, and then in the fall, it's a gumbo. And Robert called me, something came up at my little house that I own in Natchez, and I had to go out. I had to leave early Friday morning to go. So I'm sorry, Mr. Robert, that I didn't make it. And also Bob Carrier called and reminded me about it. And
that's on Friday morning. He said, "I'm looking for the man."
Yep, and just couldn't be there. But Mr. Robert, you throw a party that's just hard to duplicate.
We're going to take a 1-minute break and come back for the last quarter. We'll see y'all in one.